Thank you for choosing the Kingly Love Podcast. This is Frederick. Here on this podcast, we focus on positivity, hope, and most importantly, an encouraging and loving message. So today we have a reaction, and the title of the reaction is What to Look For in a Life Partner. This is going to be very helpful, I believe, to a lot of us. As you can see here, actually, there's 185,000 likes on this video here. It's going to be very beneficial to us. So before we actually get started, please take a moment to like and subscribe the video. I will give you a moment to do that. So I believe that you have done that. Thank you so much for your support. And so we'll get started. So let's get rocking.
Get married, but there are perfect secrets that make a relationship happy and meaningful. In today's world of hookups, true love has lost its way. I was 23 and
So, in today's world of hookups, love has lost its meaning. Do you think that she's telling the truth? Obviously, nowadays, hookups, I think people don't respect themselves anymore. It is crazy. If you're one of those people, I'll recommend you don't do that. Okay, think of yourself as a valuable person. You have value. Okay, especially if you're a lady, there's no reason to go around and get passed down from guy to guy. It's not gonna be helpful to you whenever you're ready to get married. It's not gonna be something that you'll be proud of. Okay, so obviously she was 23, and then she was getting ready to get married at 23. Some cultures value marriage. Because here in the West, in the United States, you find out people, after 18, they want to keep sleeping around all the way until they close to 30 years old, and then now they want to be into a relationship. And by that time, you know, you've been with a lot of people. So let's say you finally get a guy to take you serious when you're close to 30. Then what? You've been with so many people that by that time you have low tolerance for anything. So you give up too quickly because you've been with so many people. This is not that much anymore because you've seen a lot of different things. You slept with a lot of guys. So your expectations are unrealistic. I want the best of the best. Are you the best of the best? You know. So getting married at this young age gives you time to grow with the person, to discover new things together, as opposed to having done all these things before with someone else and with many other people. And then all of a sudden, the poor guy, or the poor lady that comes and marry you, then all of a sudden they have to endure all the pain of the past relationship that you had, you know. Sorry for the rumbling. I was just trying to throw in a little bit of knowledge to you guys. Hopefully, that's going to be helpful to you guys.
all my family members were forcing me to get married. The boys I met didn't resonate with me. I went through the profiles of two more boys that my mother had sent me and agreed to meet them.
Yeah, they
To
do
be
that.
honest, with no hopes. The first
They
one
set you up for
was
marriage. That's a good thing,
I'm an
though.
investment banker and I'm into investing for last 6 years now. And I could tell you, it has never been an easy task. But dealing with money was never one. And if I'm not wrong, you are into teaching, right? I wish
Yeah,
I
that
was
sounds
one.
like a scripted
Plenty of government
movie as
holidays,
opposed to a
free
realistic
evenings.
story.
What more could one want? But yeah, I love my job.
But I
It
believe
keeps me
there's a
busy with
moral to
it.
this story, so
That's great. Well, teaching isn't as easy either. Don't you think It requires a lot of effort to train young minds in the right way.
Of course, I do understand that. But dealing with money, according to me, is a far more difficult job. So much of responsibility
Oh,
and a high amount of risk.
so this guy is basically saying that because he's an investment banker, his job is much more important than the job of the teacher. He's putting her down. Obviously, you can look at her face here. She's not really happy. She doesn't feel valued. And it's some of this thing with the relationship. When you're in a relationship, obviously you do want to make the other person important, but you also want the other person to make you feel important. It's not so much about, oh, I want somebody who's 6 feet tall. I want somebody that has money. I want somebody that has this. I want somebody who's good in bed. I want somebody that has this. And it's almost like you are making a list of so many things that you want in a guy, right? But are you half of those things that you're making a list about? Okay. So be realistic. Be very realistic, you know, and obviously you want to make the other person feel like they are important just as much as you would like to be told that you are important. All right. So that's a good lesson here. Let's move on forward.
Involved.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, where's the sound? Yeah, her mind is somewhere else. She's turned off already.
My friend has been a great support. Even her messages and forwards would solve half of my problems. And that night as well, she sent me,
The very foundation of a good relationship is to respect others, to make
I
them
agree.
feel important, to not impose our superiority on them, to not impose our personality, to not
Isn't that what I think I was saying earlier? Some people think that they're better than others. Okay, so they come in a relationship wanting. As I told earlier, they have a list of things they want. They want him to be a certain height. They want him to have a certain money, to have a certain this, to have certain role, to have this and that. They have so many lists of things that need um, to be accomplished, right? To be met. But when you look at on their list themselves, or on their side, they don't even qualify for half the things that they are asking the other person to have. All right. So you want to make sure that other people are important as well. Take others people as though they are important, just as much as you would like to be told that you are important. Okay. Let's continue, guys.
impose our opinions, our likes, our dislikes on others. Which is why I say, when I speak to those who impose themselves on me, I get a feeling that they are important. But when I speak to those who truly love me, I get a feeling that I am important.
I tell you, and this is something that needs to be learned. Nowadays, man, people are so selfish. It's all about them all the time. You know. So learn to think about others other than yourself.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
It's okay, no problem. So, how's
This actually brings a smile to my face when I see this here. To see this young 23-year-old lady. She's already graduated from school. She's a teacher. Obviously, this young guy has also gone to school. He's finished school. They're 23, 24, and thinking about long term strategies, mate, choosing a husband, that's great. That's not something you see here in the West. In the West here, people are focused on dropping like it's hot. They're focusing on the superficial thing, the things that are not necessarily important. And then when they choose the things that are important, they choose it at a later time in their lives. And by that time, it's too late. Most people don't want you because you're probably a little bit too old for them. They'll rather go with a 25-year-old lady as opposed to a 30-year-old lady. So, you know, as a lady, you're most beautiful between, I believe, 20 to 25. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with going to school, getting an education, but while you're getting an education, have an eye for a future husband. It's not so hard to do. But here in the West, I see something different. People say, "Oh, I'm focusing on myself." It's like you can do many things at the same time. You don't, and generally when they say that, it's because they actually going to school but having sex with different people. They don't want to take the time to invest in one person and find out if that one relationship is going to work. If that's you, change it. Go to school, focus on one partner, find out if it's going to work. Because if you have many um, dates and relationship, how are you going to focus? How are you going to know? Because you think like you're going to say to yourself, "Oh, I can replace this guy. I can get this one is better at this one is better." You're going to be distracted. And to avoid that distraction, focus. You always have to come in mind. I want to focus and take things seriously. Education, relationship. All right, let's keep on moving.
How's your day been so far?
It's been great. I've been looking forward to this meeting. So, you are a filmmaker, right?
Yes. And you were a teacher, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty cliched, na?
Oh no, not at all. Actually, it's cool. You should be proud.
See, he
Teaching
says
is a
it's
profession
cool.
which teaches all other professions. And good teachers are the only hope for better tomorrow.
Do you mean it or you're just saying it?
Oh, she actually has a smile
I
on her
mean
face
it.
now.
I could say so much more, but sometimes you just put all your feelings and let it flow.
That's nice.
A relationship is not about you or me. It is about us, where both individuals accept each other.
She actually has a smile on her face now. It looks like it's going to work. Definitely looks like it's going to work. So